products.
All right, we did
Right.
it.
Great.
Hi, Carla. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I had to update my Instagram and I did see your message and I'm like, oh no, that's probably what it is.
Exactly. Because we had exactly the same issue the other day where, yeah, we didn't know that you have to go in and check that, but you apparently need the absolute latest version to be able to do this.
Yeah,
But
this is my first live, so I'm excited, but I'm a little bit nervous.
don't be. But I know. I am too. This is only my second as well, so it's not like I'm some kind of pro at all. I'm just taking it till I make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Let's get started. I am so excited for this. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah, I basically just want to hear from beginning to end from you what products you have, what are I think the things that I mainly, whenever I have been going out to buy a lubricant, I said that in my, like what I said in the stories earlier today, that is very much how it looks like for me whenever I bought lube. I've gone to the drugstore, I found that tiny shelf in the back where they keep the sex related items. And then you have this collection, and it's never a very big collection. And there's always like the few ones that looks like a body cream, like the very safe, they're like bio and non-perfume, no toxins, no anything. And then there's all the crazy colored stuff from
Right.
Greg.
Or like the flavored or
Exactly, where I'm
yes.
just thinking, I don't know enough about this to know if I want all that.
Right. And to be honest with you, there's so much to know. There's so many different kinds of lubes. And even when I opened Bunny Shop, there was so much that I've learned since I opened it about lubricants. So I do just this is going to be like an intro to lube. And we're just kind of do the basics for everyone to just become more knowledgeable about what's out there, what they're putting in their body, and what the differences are. So yeah, I can just get started and we can talk about, so what is lubricant? Like we can start at the basics. So lube is a liquid that's specifically designed for your intimate areas. And it's really just, it's going to facilitate any of the friction that's caused by penetration, or you can use it on your body parts. It's just for a smoother, easier, more pleasurable experience. And lube is really for everyone. I know there's this weird thing where women feel shame about using lube, and I probably was in this category before too, where it's just kind of like it's a sexual thing or an intimate thing, so we're a little bit afraid of using it. And I just wanted to come on here and say there's no shame about using lube, whether you want to use it for a more pleasurable experience, or if you're experiencing any vaginal dryness. It really is for everyone. And I think it's the difference between having good sex and great sex. Using lube is just going to enhance and make it a little bit more fun and easier and pleasurable. So let's talk about how to use lube.
Yes.
So a lot of people get lube wrong, where they put it on the outside of their vulva. And I kind of want to just share with you that, so a lot of people are putting it like on the toy or on a penis and around their vulva, but they're not actually putting it inside their vaginal canal, which is where a lot of women experience pain and dryness. So what you want to do is you want to grab a lube. So I have many, many lubes to share with you today, but one of my favorites is by Good Clean Love, and this is called Almost Naked. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to, for starters, put it on your fingertip, and you're going to actually insert the lube inside your vagina. So that's one tip that I have for you about using lube, is you actually want to put it inside, not just on your partner or your toy, and not just around your vulva.
Yeah, and then not just count on it to by itself kind of get where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And
Like
so lube
spread
is,
out. want it, but do that and make sure that that's in place from the beginning.
Right. If you're experiencing any pain or dryness, that's how you really want to insert it. You want to put it inside your vagina. So that's a tip that I have for you. Another thing is lube is for all kinds of things. You don't have to use it just for penetrative sex. You can use lube if for your self-love routine, when you're masturbating. Men can use it as well. If they are using, not men, but just penis owners in general, can use it when they're using strokers or masturbators. It's great for them too. And for me, I use it all the time. Like I use Kegel balls, and I'll put lube on my Kegel balls to insert them when I'm doing Kegels. And I also use a menstrual cup. So if you're a menstrual cup user and you want to use lube in a totally non-intimate way, lube is a great way to insert your menstrual cup, your Kegel balls, your self-love practice with a partner, with your toy. Penis owners can use it. It's really for everyone, and it just makes life just so much smoother. So yes. I recommend you using it. Okay, so there are 3 different kinds of lubes. So that's my dog, and she barks like crazy, and I was hoping she wouldn't bark at all today. But of course she's barking. Sorry about that, everyone. So there's 3 kinds of lube, and there's 3 main kinds. There's all kinds of varieties, but the 3 main kinds that you should know is there's a water-based lube. And so I'll show you some of the water-based types of lube. A really popular one is, again, the one that I showed earlier, the Good Clean Love. The Almost Naked is a water-based. We also have the Sliquid Organics Natural. This is a water-based lube. Water-based lubes are, if you take anything away from this video and you are totally confused by everything, water-based lube is your best bet. That's your safest option. You can use it for any type of sex, and for people that are sensitive, this is a great option. Okay. This is another water-based lube that we love here at Bunny Shop, is the Sassy Sliquid. So why use a water-based lube? So water-based lubes are great to use with condoms. They're safe to use with condoms. They're safe to use with sex toys. You can use them vaginally, anally. If you're sensitive, they're great to use. This is like your all-around, most basic lube, and it's mostly consists of water. That's why it's called water-based. There's also different variations. Some have aloe in them, like the Good Clean Love has aloe. Why don't I just kind of walk you through each of the water-based lubes so you kind of get familiar with each one. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Is your dog's name called Sushi?
Huh?
Is your dog's name called Sushi?
Yes.
Okay, that's why everyone thinks. Yeah, I was like, well, that's has nothing to do with the dog. That's why people have commented sushi and put some hearts. I was like, I think misunderstood the theme of what we're talking about, but okay, it's the dog.
Yes, my dog's name is Sushi. Yes.
That's a genius dog name as well.
That's what?
That's a genius dog name.
Oh, like, yes, I didn't name her. My sister did, but it's very cute. And I know we're totally getting off topic, but there's no way to control her. I've put her in several rooms and she just barks at anything.
What?
Okay, so back to water-based lubes. Let me walk you through some of my favorite ones. I did talk a little bit about the Good Clean Love line. This also has aloe in it. That's really good. I love this one because it's 95% organic. So you do want to be careful about what you're putting in your body. And this is one of the safest, most gynecologist recommended lubes out there. This one does have a fragrance. It has like a lemony vanilla scent to it. So if you don't like fragrance, I wouldn't recommend this. But I do love this line. It is a carbon neutral brand and their packaging is biodegradable. They're very green, vegan. What else do I want to say? They're paraben free. Just all around, this is like one of the healthier lubes that you can use. Another line that I really, really like is the Sliquid line. This is just your basic water-based lube, and if you don't like any scent, I highly recommend something like this. This is very basic and clean, and the ingredients are, you know, just mostly like it's free of any parabens. It's also vegan. This is pH balanced. This is a great option. If you want to use a water-based lube anally, then I would highly suggest their booty lube. It's called Sassy, and this has plant cellulose in it. And so this is great because you can use this vaginally, anally. This is great, and it has a thicker consistency for those other sexual activities that you want to do. So the thing that people mostly complain about water-based is that they feel like they have to constantly reapply it. So that's why there are other types of lubes out there, because this one does, because it's water-based, it does dry out relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So that is a reason why there's different kinds, but it's also like the safest. And a fun fact about water-based lube, it actually increases the, like when you're using condoms, it's safer to use with condoms because it allows for a smoother experience, and it's not going to, you know, like if you're dry, it's going to degrade the condom a little bit. So if you want to be safer out there and have safer sex, do use a water-based lube because it's going to help you stay protected. And there's variations to water-based. Like there's also ones like this one, the Sensation one. It has a warming sensation, and this is a water-based lube that you can use. That's a little bit more fun because it goes from cold to warming, so you can experiment with things like that. And this is great. This one's called Sensation by Sliquid, and then we also have the Sliquid Organics line that we really, really like. And that's also a water-based lube. Let's see. Let me check my notes. What else I wanted to share with you about water-based?
There's a question here from a viewer.
Yeah.
It asks, is water-based less sticky?
It is. It is a lot less sticky than if you're using a silicone or a oil-based lubricant. Okay. And if you want the least stickiest one, I really like the Sassy. This is probably, if you want an from the unscented versions, this is my favorite. So I recommend getting this because you can just use this for everything and it doesn't have the scent. And this is non-sticky. Let me just show you the consistency.
And I definitely feel that I've definitely been in situations where it ended up real messy and sticky, and you just have to like pat your hands all the time, which is not ideal.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the consistency, but it's so smooth. It's not sticky at all. Let me just pause for 1 second. Okay, so one second.
No problem. Take your time. Everyone watching, I just want to say, do feel free to ask any questions that you might have about the topic or Bunny Shoppe in general and what other products they carry. I'm sure that Yoli will be super happy to answer any question that you might have for her about her business and her online boutique, which I really, really recommend taking a look at because they just have so many amazing products, and it's very user-friendly. Like the experience that I had when I entered the website was that it wasn't aggressive. I felt like very welcomed by the design, the layout, and just the overall tone of the website, which is a huge plus for me.
So I'm back. Dog situation is taken care of. Okay, so I have some other water-based, more like products that I do want to kind of just call out that I think is important. This is also by the Good Clean Love line, and this is a moisturizing vaginal gel. So this is great if you're experiencing any dryness. This is more of like a moisturizer that you can use regularly if you feel like you are experiencing dryness from whatever is going on, like your diet, hormones, if you're stressed, that can cause dryness. So this is really great, and it's also for discomfort and any odors that you might have. So this is a special water-based type of lube that you can also use as a lube, but also for regular maintenance.
Cool.
Yes, and then another one, it's important to know if you're trying to get pregnant, the lube that you're using can affect, you know, your chances of pregnancy. So Good Clean Love made this fertility lubricant, and it's pH balanced perfectly, and the ingredients are, so if you are trying to conceive and you don't want your lube messing that up, something like this would be really great for you. And this is also water-based.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, so let's get into the second type of lube out there, and that is the silicone lube. And the one that I wanted to share is one of my favorites. This is called Uber Lube. And I love the packaging on this.
Yeah.
I just think that it's so chic and pretty. Yeah, like you can just leave it on your nightstand and it doesn't look like, you know,
no, not at all.
Like a, you know, like you're getting it on all the time. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it looks like crazy. But this one's really pretty. I love this one. And this is a silicone base. So silicone is really great for those longer sex sessions if you don't want to reapply. A silicone lube is really, really great for anal sex. They're safe to use with condoms, with latex condoms, but they're not safe with non-latex condoms. So that's important to know. If you're using non-latex condoms, it's not gonna go well with silicone lube. And when you, the way that I think of it is anytime you see a condom that says like skin-like or skin, anything like that, you know that it's a non-latex condom. It's usually a polyurethane condom, so that's not going to go well with silicone lube. And silicone toys, so most of the toys that we carry are silicone because they're just so body safe. They're not going to go well with the silicone lube. So never put a silicone lube with a silicone toy together, because it's going to mess up your toy. So that's something to know. This is mostly if you're having you know, longer penetrative sex sessions. But I do love this one. It's so pretty. And it is safe to use with condoms. You just have to know about those things that are unsafe, using it with a toy or the different kinds of special condoms out there. And I love the way this looks. And they also come in a travel size version that I think is really cool. It comes in this like little aluminum refillable packet. So if you know, travel often and, or, you know, you're always on weekends away, this is a great little travel size that we sell.
Yeah.
And that's your silicone lube. Let me see what else I wanted to note about silicone lubes. Oh, it's shower friendly. So that's what's great about silicone lubes as well, is if you like having shower sex, this is your best option because it's not, the water's not going to wash it away, and you're going to, you know, have that smooth feeling throughout your shower session.
There is a question here from a viewer. What let me read it. My screen is a bit broken. What is the best line that you have for sensitive skin?
So if you're very sensitive, silicone lube is actually great for sensitive people, or I would suggest for if you're very, very sensitive, I would suggest either an Uber lube, but do keep in mind those things. And then if you just want to be absolutely safe, no matter what, I would go with the H2O Sliquid, or again, the Sassy that you can also use anally. So these are some really great options if you're sensitive. Oh, you know what's also really cool about the silicone Uber Lube? This is a high quality silicone. It has a little bit of vitamin E, but you can also use this on your hair, like to tame flyaways, or on your ends. A lot of hairstylists like using this pure silicone because it just creates like a really, I wish I would have done it for the video, because it really creates like a nice shine and it's hydrating.
That is such a good hack. I don't think a lot of people would think of that themselves, that I need to control that. Maybe I should use my
If
lube.
you're out of your hair stuff, you can just put it on, your hair. So what else do I have? So the other type is an oil-based lube, and I didn't bring any oil-based lubes here, but an oil-based, think of that as like a lot of people like to use coconut oil or olive oil, any of those types of oil. We have a great one from Coco New on our website, and that one's in a coconut oil-based lube. So those are great. The only thing is you have to keep in mind that you cannot use those with condoms, as they will erode your condoms. So I think if you do have to control of these lube options, but again, water-based is probably your best bet. And so I do want to talk about some stimulants that we have as well that are really fun. And these are all...
What is a stimulant?
So a stimulant is anything that's going to create a sensation. So it can, we like to say it's a warming sensation or a cooling sensation. Usually, like with the warming ones, what it does is it, what do I want to say? It like brings the blood flow, like it creates a little bit more blood flow to that area to increase its sensitivity. And that's what something like this is the Stimulating O Gel. And I love this one. From High on Love. It's just such a beautiful packaging. And this is also all natural. Everything that we carry on bunnyshop.com has been vetted as being like natural, or if it's organic, vegan. You have some really good options, and we don't have anything that's toxic on there. You want to be careful about the ingredients in your products and make sure to look out for that they don't have any sugar or alcohol sugars, glycerin, petroleum, any of those toxic ingredients that a lot of the drugstore brands do have. And I know you guys in Germany over there, you guys have stricter regulations about what goes on your body, but here in North America, they put a lot of toxic stuff in our products.
I've heard that as well. Petroleum, does that really exist? Because that sounds very misplaced. Like something you definitely want to have inside of
you definitely don't want to have that. And unfortunately here we don't have strict laws about that. So they put sugar, like a lot of the flavored lube will have like sugar or sugar alcohols. So that's something that you want to avoid because it can be very irritating to your vagina. And it creates things like BV and things that you just don't want. It's because of those toxic ingredients in those products. And so back to the stimulants. This is a really good one. This is made with organic hemp seed oil, and it's also all natural. It has peppermint oil, so that's going to create that stimulating effect on your clitoris. So what you do is you're just going to do 2 pumps, and you're just going to rub that into your clitoris or your nipples, and that's going to create a cooling, fun, different sensation. So that's really fun, and I love this brand, and this is called High on Love.
It also looks, it looks kind of like a perfume to me, the packaging.
Yes, it's beautiful. I know, I'm all about packaging and like the aesthetics of our products. I love that. Another like really aesthetically pleasing brand that I like is, let me see, is the Slow Sex line. And I'll show you some of those products. So this brand is also water-based. Most of them are water-based. And they're also very like beautiful. These are all made in Spain. And I think they're just like match the aesthetic. They don't look like necessarily like a sexual intimacy brand. And I love this line for more of your self-care rituals because they smell super yummy. They all have like this coconutty. All of the Slow Sex line has this signature scent that I'm not sure what it is, but it's like coconut, and it just smells so delicious. Like, I'm obsessed with this. So this is really cute. This is the Bad Day Killer, and this is also a stimulating clitoral balm. So this is something really fun that you can use for your self-love practice, and just, you're gonna use it with your finger and rub it on your clitoris to create a warming effect. And you can, use this just for yourself. And we have it in a different version, in a tube version. And this is also a
They're
coastal
so
one.
cute, all of these products.
Aren't they? Yeah, I love this line. I love all of these lines. I think, you know, we choose lines that are a little bit more special, either their packaging or their ingredients, or if they're environmentally friendly, we like to, or women owned. That's kind of the category for what goes on our shop.
Checklist.
Yeah, we have this oral sex bomb. This is great for blowjobs. If you, you know, any type of oral sex that you're having, this is gonna have like a stimulating pepperminty effect. So that's a good one. We have things like nipple play gel, and that's also going to increase the sensitivity of your nipples, which is a highly sensitive area for a lot of people. So this is great, and this is cool. It's in a roller ball, so it has like that rolling cooling effect as well.
Cool. And
yeah. And I think that's all that I brought to share. Yeah. I feel like I'm at a show and tell.
There was a comment from a viewer about worrying about messing with your pH balance when you use lube. Is that a concern that is worth having, or is it not an issue? Like, is it a non-issue? Is it a myth?
It is. You do want your lubricant and your vaginal flora and all of that, your pH to be, when you're using those like maybe drugstore brands, or if you're using a lot of like oil, like coconut oil or oil-based lubes, that can definitely affect your pH balance. So everything that I shared with you today, or if you're using a water-based lube, you should be okay. That's not anything that you should really worry about. All of the lubes on our website are pH balanced perfectly to be perfectly fine for your vagina.
So as long as you buy quality.
Yes, exactly. And they do say, you know, some of the bottles will say what their pH, I think Good Clean Love says what it is, maybe on the box, not on the bottle. They do, a lot of them do say what the pH is. So if you are very concerned about that, you can look that up on our website. And then I do want to say, if you are experiencing any pain while having sex and lube is not facilitating with that or helping you, do go see a pelvic doctor, because there's a lot of women out there that are experiencing pain and they don't go and see a doctor, and there could be, you know, other things going on. So that's something that I highly recommend you do. If lube is not helping, then do go see someone about that.
Absolutely. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I was thinking we will just point out that all of the products that you've talked about today are available on your website. And
yes, they're all on bunnyshop.com. And actually, we do have a sale right now. Because of this video, we are doing 20% off all of the lubricants. Yeah, and it's lube yourself, like love yourself, but LUBE yourself. And that is the code for 20% off any lubes or stimulants on our website.
That's fantastic. I mean, I feel so inspired by watching.
Oh, yay! I'm so happy.
All these products.
Yay! That makes me so happy. And yes, it's all available on bunnyshop.com. That's BUNNYSHOPPE.com.
Yeah, we'll put a link when we publish this on IGTV. We'll put a link in the comment section.
Perfect.
So everyone can go and grab whatever lubes that they feel that they need, and stimulants.
Yes. Exactly.
If there's any other questions to anyone who is viewing that they want to ask, the opportunity is now. Is there anything else that you want to add to this live? Any other thoughts on things you know about lubricants?
No, you know, I think it's great. Another thing that I do want to add is there are some studies that show that it also helps men hold their erections longer if they're using lube. There's just so many reasons to use lube. And also when we think about hydrating ourselves, like we think about putting lotion on our face and our bodies, but we really neglect our vagina and our you know, in that area,
Yeah.
because a lot of women feel like they don't need it. But, you know, we put lubricants, you know, lotion or oil or whatever on our face and our body. Like, why not put it on your, you know,
Like your
your vagina or your private areas? It's perfectly fine to do so, and it's great. Lube is great. It's for everyone, and it just makes everything so much better. So just want to, you know, end with that.
There's a question here.
Yeah.
What happens if our pH balance is off? Does it, like, is there a loop that can, what is it called? Like reverse the balance?
Yes, so that's you want to use something like this if you feel like your pH balance is off and you want to use like a product. I would recommend Restore, and that's the moisturizing vaginal gel. This is gonna relieve dryness and discomfort and any odor that you may have. So let's see, it says it's an isotonic formula, rebalances healthy vaginal pH and naturally occurring salts. It provides beneficial lactic acid to biomatch and support natural vaginal health. It's made with organic ingredients, no parabens, petrochemicals, or artificial fragrance. So if you feel like you're experiencing that, we have this on our website, and that's called Restore by Good Clean Love.
Restore. Makes sense. That sounds like an amazing product. Okay, then I think we've learned everything that we need to know about lube. And
yes, if you guys have any more questions that you think of, feel free to DM us or send us an email at info@bunnyshop.com.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Yoli. This was very, very educational for me. And I see on all the comments that it was educational for some of our viewers as well, which is really, really great.
Yes, awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. I hope you have a great day. I'm in LA, and I'm here in really dark and cold Berlin. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, take care. Bye. Thanks, everyone.
You too. Bye.